You are looking live at Klick Lewis Arena in Annville, Pennsylvania, just outside of Hershey, where the RSG Selects are getting set to take on Steel Alliance. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo bringing you the action from the final round robin game of the Hershey Girls Showcase Tournament. And this game has quite a bit of meaning to it because depending on the outcome, one of these two teams will be playing Hockey Corps Selects in about 4 hours from now with the championship tournament trophy on the line. The way it pans out is this. If RSG Selects win or tie, they advance to the championship. There are 3 13-minute periods. Penalties are 1.5 minutes. The RSG Selects had 5 of them in their Saturday game against Hockey Corps Selects. They had no power plays of their own, and they managed a 3-2 win over the team that will walk into the championship as the #1 seed based on 3 and 4 games that they have played already previously. They've played 4. These two teams have played 3 apiece. On Friday evening, these two teams played to a 4-4 tie. Had RSG Selects won that game, this game would have been meaningless, but because of the tie and because Steel Alliance forged a tie with Hockey Corps Selects on Saturday, that's what set up the scenario here. RSG Selects in black. They are mostly familiar names if you follow the Rockets, and there are some names that maybe you've gotten familiar with over the weekend. And the one in the white helmet that you could see there is Balin Shankman. She will be defending the goal to our right. And a lot of smiles out there. Steel Alliance has gray jerseys, light gray. They will be going left to right. They have a wonderful player named Reagan Mickeltree, and you will notice her right off the bat. She's a Division I player at the University of Maine. Landstrom on the dot. Kamerkar and Rizzo. The Wings lift off period 1. Moved into the offensive zone by RSG. Lee and Fox, the defense pair, as Steel Alliance break in. Backhander and Shankman steers it aside easily with the right pad, so she's into the game very quickly. Steel Alliance centering feed, knocked away there through traffic by Fox, and then Landstrom forges it forward, and Kamerkar is at the boards looking to move it toward the zone. She lets Fox try to do it. Still battled for over there 1-on-2. It goes into the offensive zone. Fox takes her time over to Rachel Lee and up to Louisa Rizzo, who will not dump it. She will fire it at the opposing team's bench, narrowly missing the coach, so that can be a strategy as well. There's the RSG Selects have 4 coaches on the bench, so if one of them gets picked off, well, there's 3 others. The Steel Alliance have 1, so if their coach gets picked off, that would be different. Jacobus now at center with Menachillo on the left wing and Camerata on the right. And the puck is moved through neutral ice, and Steel Alliance try to move it forward. We're going to lose a little bit just below us here in the neutral zone, so we'll try to let you know what's going on right there as the puck is sent in. Demarinis and Bruno, and yes, Demarinis, the correct pronunciation for Brianna, 62. We clarified that with Amy, her mom, before the game. Menachillo breaks in, can't keep it at the top of the circle, and now they will try to keep it from being turned over. As here's Mickeltree, you could just see her flying. She looks a little bit different out there. That's 93. Side of the far near circle, centering feed knocked away by Shankman. This could be a break, although it's 2-on-3, but Camarada with speed. Didn't have a lane, needed a change, so she dumps it. Just about 2 minutes in, 0-0 the score. RSG Selects need a win or a tie here to advance to the 3 o'clock Eastern Championship game. It's just after 11 Eastern right now. So if they do that, they'll get a couple of hours of rest, which is not much. And they'll play a team that did not have to play earlier in the day, so they'll be possibly at a little bit of a disadvantage in terms of being tired. That's going to be for either of these teams, whichever one gets in there. And we hope it's the team in black. Riley Rose steers it into the zone. Nearly kept in by Lauren Fox, but Bug Holt will hustle back to pick it up. Bug sends it up and through, but nobody there. That will allow at least for a change. There's not going to be an icing because, oh, they do call the icing. The player was right there. That's a little bit of a dubious call. Looked like she could have touched it, and she eased up very much there. So very surprised at that icing there. 10-13 left in period 1. No score from Klick Lewis Arena in Annville, Pennsylvania. It's the name Ann, A-N-N-Ville. Comes out off the face-off win by the Steel Alliance, but Rizzo picks it off, sends it forward for Kamakar. She's 1-on-2, so she has to forge it and pitchfork it ahead. Can't maintain possession there. Steel Alliance is going to break out up the far wing. They don't have numbers as the back checking is very good. All 5 back checking in a perfect X formation, but it gets loose in front. Shankman with the save. Looked like somebody might have gotten a stick on it. Rachel Lee was there. I don't know if she quite got a stick on it, but she adjusted the shot just at the last moment. Balin Shankman has to be sharp in net for RSG to have a chance here as icing is called once again with 9:28 left in period 1. Balin has to be sharp, and when that's one of the things that you need to punch off on the checklist, that's a good thing because the good news is usually she is sharp. And so far she looks it. And certainly in the Saturday game, she was an absolute star. They battle for it in the corner. Mickeltree's there. She's trying to steer the puck through traffic, but she can't do it, and Camarada breaks out. When you see 93 in gray, she's going to be having 21 in black probably all over her for most of the time. There's a thing that you could do when you have a player that's a very good player. Often you'll try to do the wet blanket or the shadow or the agitator. Sometimes they call it when it's Essa Tikkanen or Claude Lemieux, if you like to do that, or Brad Marchand. And it looks like Jacobus 21 is going to be the shadow for 93 in gray. So we'll see if that maintains itself. One way to get through that is to build a lead, and we'll see if that can happen anytime here soon. That one backhanded, and it finds its way in, or into the glove, actually. It looked like the, geez, that confused the heck out of me. It looked like the Steel Alliance was celebrating after that, but Shankman made the glove save, so my initial instinct was that it was a save. And I was right. I should have trusted it. Face-off won by Latour over to Riley Rose. Now Brianna Paulino breaking out up the left wing. Paulino gets through, has to jump, can't jump through traffic there and has to dump it. Fox hustling back. She's got a little help from Rachel Lee. Tied up over there, a little possible little hook. When you're lifting the stick, they're less likely to call it. If you put your stick on top of the other stick, they'll potentially call the hook. Riley chips it out for Brianna, who's got speed. Lily Latour was up ahead, but couldn't find the passing lane. Brianna still trying to move it forward. It goes into the far corner. She lost sight of it, and Steel Alliance send it out. This is not going to be strong enough for an icing as we break the 8-minute mark of period 1 with no score. RSG Selects in the black, Steel Alliance in the gray. We're talking jerseys. 2-on-2 now as Aaron Bruno jumped on for a change. Good job by fox right there to maintain her posture and not allow a one-timer from in front. It comes to the near side wing. Paulino chips it forward, tries to get a change behind her. Fox grabs that. It's sent up and out just enough to have to make everybody reset. Pop-up goes to the far side. Bruno's there first, chipped off the boards for Rizzo. She's 2 on 3, and she sort of ran herself into the boards there and lost momentum, but Landstrom picks it up. Landstrom sends it toward the net, was possibly looking for Kamerkar there, but released it maybe a little bit more toward the net rather than toward the boards. Missed pass over there, and Demarinis will grab it, and Brianna with a BRE has to send it behind the net. Gets a little help. Rizzo's going to break out. She's got Kamerkar streaking with her, but they don't have numbers. Tries to send it toward the net or toward Kamerkar. Gets neither, and it goes to the far corner. Comes to the right point. Bruno will chip it down and play the high-low game with Landstrom, who tries a centering pass, but didn't get good wood or whatever the sticks are made of these days. And here comes Mickeltree. She's got 2 defenders right there and can't get it through either of them as Aaron Bruno blocks the shot with her stick. It hits the protective netting, which is only protecting a bunch of pictures and some steel, and a whistle and a stoppage of play. With 6:28 left in period 1, no score. The only bad result for RSG is a loss. If they lose, they'll head home, mostly to New Jersey. And here they break out. Here's Jacobus. She's going to center it and was looking for Menichello or Camerata. It comes through neutral ice. Mickeltree has to force it forward, and she'll jump off for a change. Menichello there gets tied up in front of her own bench. It's sent up. Camerata gets a piece of it, preventing what would have been a certain icing. Holt will step into it and take the player and the puck. Good job by Bug. Bug has been playing forward for the whole tournament, but she's been pressed into playing defense here because Bella Cucci's not available for the game, and Julia Morano was not feeling well, it looks like, in pregame, and Julia is not on the bench. She's next to the bench, and hopefully if she's feeling a little bit better, she can patriate the bench and the ice. But Holt showing her versatility and helping her team. Menichello will bring it in, spin move, backhand, had Lily in front, but Latour couldn't quite get the stick on it. Centering feed by Camerata to Latour, but Latour was bumped just as she was about to put it in. In football, they'd call that pass interference. Bouncing puck, Shankman knocks it down with the RSG crest in front of her logo and covers the rebound before further trouble. No score, 5:05 first period. Klick Lewis Arena, Hershey Girls Showcase Tournament. Joe Rizzo here, glad to bring it to you. And a nice perch we have over here. You'll lose a little bit in the middle and neutral ice on the near side, but we get better looks at pretty much everything else. Comes in just offside. Paulino and Latour seem to have their legs today, as does Riley Rose. They've been moving the puck here pretty well early on. Latour on the dot, Rose on the near wing, Paulino on the far wing. Riley gets it. She's going to gain the center line. She's going to gain the offensive zone, finds a little room. She'll dump and chase it for herself. It goes behind the end line, picked off, centering feed, in front, somebody's there, but it doesn't get all the way through. Tied up, centering feed again, goalie knocks it away. There's going to be a penalty right here. Let's see who it is. And they're going to say both. I hear the ref and Latour and her counterpart. Ref explaining that there was 2 penalties right there, that there was first and then second, both roughing. 5-on-5. So the penalties are 1:30. There's 4:28 left. So the first whistle after 2:58 will be when those players can come back to their benches or to the ice. They'll need to do it on a stoppage of play. So a little rough stuff in front of the net. That's what we often call good hockey. Landstrom on the dot, Rizzo on the left wing will pick that loose puck up, try to forge forward, can't quite do it. Landstrom's there to help, gets through one, loses it. It comes to the point but hops over the stick. Demarinis is there, and Mickeltree's going to steer by her and get the half breakaway. Mickeltree in, big save with the blocker! Shankman is sharp. That's good news for the team in black. Centering feed, tried a one-timer but couldn't quite get it. Shankman 1, Big Gun 0. Through traffic, it's loose in front and Shankman covers it up. So that's the brilliance of a player like Mickeltree. She doesn't need much. She turns the corner, gets a little space, and creates a scoring opportunity for herself, and a high quality one. But Bailyn Shankman stood her ground, used the blocker, and steered it away. Puck comes to the top of the left circle in front. One flick at the net is stopped by Rachel Lee. It comes to the point on the near side and sent down. Rachel's there again, had it for a moment but lost it. Lauren Fox now near side. Bumping there by Menichello. She allows Rachel to get to the puck and send it forward but not out. Mickeltree will get it for Steel Alliance, looking, turning, sends it to the slot, right side, wrist shot, fired wide. Camerata will get it, tries to clear it, would have taken the icing. Mickeltree gets it, steers it out of her own zone. And this is going to be picked off by Menichello. She came in just a step too quick as Camerata could not get back on side. RSG will make a full change. Bruno and Demarinis on D. Rizzo and Rose up front. They need one more, and it's going to be Kamerkar hustling out there. Riley taking the face-off, number 10 in black. Loose puck there. It's up for grabs. Kirsty's going to get it, use her defense to take one step backward to move it two forward. Rizzo, the first forward, hustling in. Can't quite get to it. Riley steps in to make the trap. They force the turnover by Kamerkar. Rose up there on the wing, centers for Riz. It almost gets through, not where she wanted it, but it got to the dot and they maintain possession. It goes to the near side corner. Riley bumping over there. She's 1-on-2. It comes up and Demarinis keeps it in with the stick and the feet. Kamerkar steps up, keeps it in. Loose puck there. Kamerkar again gets knocked down after she loses the puck. No call. And eventually they skate it out, but Kirsty picks it off. Now Riz jumps on it. She's 1-on-1. Here comes Rizzo, top of the slot. Rister fired it wide. Goalie catches with the right hand, and we've seen that for the other teams here, that these goalies are catching with the right hand. We come down to 2:05 left, period 1, no score. RSG, it's the same result, win or tie. If it's a win or a tie for them, they make the championship game later this afternoon. If they lose, then they'll head home. And judging by the girls, they didn't really seem to have any intention on losing this game, and they've come out to play with their legs. They had a little fun after their early game yesterday. Most, if not all, of the girls got to go to Hershey Park. Wrist shot, or actually backhander. Shankman steers it aside with the left pad. Wrist shot. Actually, it looked like she was looking for the redirection, and they didn't get it. It went right through the crease. Comes up to neutral ice. Rizzo up there. Landstrom as well. Paulino has now taken a spot on the other wing. They've had to mix the forwards a little bit here. Holt now looks like she's taking a shift at wing possibly. Bug on the forecheck over there. She's had to jump in and play defense with the way the numbers are. Good job by Rachel Lee holding her ground. She was really in a 50-50 spot right there, and she made the right decision, as 51 most often does. Steel Alliance now getting a little bit more of the possession, and they're doing it without Reagan Mickeltree, which is good news for them. The star player, number 93. That one's going to be sent down, and that's a mistake right there. That's an icing. There was no reason for her to send it there. So they switch it up a little bit. Bug looks like, let's see if she took a shift at forward there. And let's see if she goes back to D. There's a couple of players that are in the middle. Looks like Bug's going back to D now. So Holt showing her versatility with 31.6 seconds left in period 1. Latour on the dot, Menichello in the slot, Camarada on the right wing. Right point is Fox. She tries to move it forward. Mickeltree gets it. It's a 2-on-1. Rachel Lee's back. She's going to try to take the shooter. Mickeltree steers around her. Wrist shot goes wide. Shankman came out to challenge. She played the shot all the way. Wasn't playing the pass. Mickeltree decided to shoot it. Let's face it, the game plan when you have such a great, wonderful player on the opposing team is let's not let her beat us. And sometimes she might beat you. 1.2 seconds left in the period. It's an offensive zone draw for Steel Alliance. Oftentimes, if a coach is really looking at what's going on, the coach will pull the goalie and just play 6 up there. Mickeltree will go into the slot. We haven't seen her at center. That's a good job by the face-off right there. She took the shot right at the net. That's pretty much her only chance, but Hope Menichello stepped into the shot lane and just completely snuffed it. So we're through 1, it's 0-0. And if you're just joining us, we are so glad that you are. Hit that subscribe button, and every time we come on the air live or we upload the content, whether it's games or coach interviews or just other stuff, you'll get an alert. I'll try to give you a little bit better look over here. Give you a little bit better look. Sorry about that. And what's going on between periods here. Coach Jeremy imploring his troops to let's go. (0-0), if it did end that way, would benefit RSG. They'd advance to the championship game. They'd prefer to just win it. Balin Shankman will now defend the goal to the left. And RSG will attack the goal to our right. The good news, it looks like Julia Morano has joined the bench now. We'll see if she's ready to take some shifts here on D. Landstrom on the dot, Rizzo on the left, Kamakar on the right, Bruno and Demarinis on the defense pairing. Liftoff, period 2. Steel Alliance win the face-off, but they just give it right up. And Demarinis over to Bruno, up to Kamakar. They move it out of the zone. Rizzo on the attack. Can she win the foot race there? Didn't quite win it. Almost did. She took a swipe at the puck, didn't get it. That one fired down. It's going to be an icing. So 22 seconds into the period of a 0-0 game, there will be an offensive zone draw. Landstrom's going to take it. Rizzo in the slot. Kamakar on the near side wing. Fox at the right point. Lee between the points on the left. One all the way back. It's going to just be another icing. They're just going to redo the whole thing. So Landstrom kind of won it to an area that she liked, but the defender that was against Kirsty is just lined up a little bit more. She's cheated into the circle. Ref looks at it and just lets it go. Cheated into the circle a little bit, and that's why she was able to step in. They send it behind the net, but Rizzo picks it off. She was looking to send it to Lee at the point. It's reversed, but it skips over Landstrom's stick. She would have been able to send it right in front. Steel Alliance will break out 2-on-1, but the back check hustle and the good positioning by Lee make it a 2-on-3, and the sharp angle shot is easily corralled by Shankman. 52 seconds into period 2, no score. RSG selects and Steel Alliance. The player in the slot for Steel Alliance is Reagan Mickeltree. She's a Division I player. And she scored 3 on Friday night in a 4-4 tie between these teams. She's had 2 breakaways or partial breakaways, at least clear shots, and Balin Shankman has been able to stop both of them, or at least stop one and force another. Picked off there by Camarada. She pushes that one up toward the point, but Mickeltree is able to send it back in. Steel Alliance near side, send it to the point, kept in, sent through there. Morano there, she steers it back to her goaltender, so that's good. Julia Morano is back out there. She missed the first period, looked like she just wasn't feeling well before the game, but that adds a little depth to the lineup there. She's paired with Bug Holt. Bug's played forward for most of the tournament, and she had to jump in and play some shifts at D. Comes between the points, sent at the net. Balin saw it and she gloved it down. Very quick sequence right there, and they'll do it again, but this time with a different defense pairing. Bruno and Demarinis switching it up. Latour on the dot, wins it back. Bruno will step in but can't get to it first. Goes around into a point that RSG will take as Menichello and Morano battle for it. Wrist shot, Shankman knocked it aside, lost sight of it, but squiggles back into the crease. Sent forward by Latour for Menichello. She had it for a moment, but just lost it. Menichello now picks it off. Hope gets through one. Over for Izzy. Izzy top of the slot, looking around. Wrist shot. Pad save. Hope's there to pick up the rebound. Hope trying to spin around, still maintaining possession of the puck. Hope still gets it. Still in front. Wrist shot. It hit Lily's back leg. The goalie never saw it. Lily was using a screen in front. Kept in by Demarinis. Good job by Brianna. Latour there pushing forward. Izzy comes in. Camarada, wrist shot fired just wide. That's their best scoring chance of the game. Comes to the point. Aaron Bruno sends it down low. It's sent between the points. Brianna Demarinis gets it down low. Latour tries to forge the backhand forward. Looked like she got cross-checked as she was doing it. And they have a power play. Latour waves goodbye, and the other coach seems like he wanted a little unsportsmanlike right there, but she's got to risk it. 81 Gray with the cross check and a misconduct. Wow, so they're going to be without that player for 10 minutes. So it's 12 minutes, so it's a 2 and 10. They'll have to put another player in the box if they choose to do so. And the coach having a discussion about it right there. So the cross-check, if it's a 2 and 10, must mean that she gave the cross-check to the helmet area. So if it's above the shoulder, that's usually why they're going to give a 2 and 10. Referee discussing it now, and they wait to put the player in the box. So 2 are in the box, 1 in there for a minute 30. But they say it's 2 and 10. It's a minute 30 and whatever a 10-minute misconduct is in these terms. Power play for RSG. They didn't have one in the previous game. They were shorthanded 5 times. There's going to be a penalty. They've given it right back up. And coming down on the shorthanded breakaway, wrist shot. Shankman makes the save. Landstrom picks it up, and just a very, very short power play. And it's going to be 4 on 4 now. Nine is Fox, the high stick. So now, shorthanded. Well, they have 5 out there. They got to do 4. They got 1 extra, and Rizzo's going to come off. So Landstrom and Kamerkar up front. Bruno and Lee on the back line, 4 on 4 for a minute 11, and then 19 seconds of power play time for Steel Alliance. Mickeltree is out there 4 on 4. She's unmarked at the moment. That hasn't been the game plan so far, and here's Mickeltree, knocked away, steers around Lee, heading in on Bruno, wrist shot goes just wide, but she was 1 on 3. Comes to the point, Wrist shot, goes wide. Shankman steers it aside to change the momentum. Bruno chips it to herself. She's got a nice break here. She's got a lot of room, but couldn't shovel the puck off of the sideboards. Still moving forward, like a fullback running through the line. Wrist shot goes just wide. Aaron was just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling with that. Menichello centering feed for Kamerkar. Mickeltree gets it, sends it forward into the middle of the ice. Bruno keeps her feet, keeps her legs, chips it forward. Latour grabs it, sends it down. They're going to call the icing on that one. If they had waited 3 more seconds, they would have been out of a situation where you are penalized for icing, because in this tournament it's AAU rules and not USA hockey rules. You are allowed to send the puck down in a short-handed situation and not be penalized for icing. 4-on-4 for 3 seconds, then 19 seconds of power play time for the team in gray. Battled for at the top of the slot. Now there's a power play for a short time. Holt will get there, send it toward the point, gets through, no icing. Even though the puck's going to roll, it was touched by whoever was at the point there, 37 in the Penn State helmet. And that is going to expire the short penalty, and we are at full and even strength, 5-on-5. Fox steps off for Landstrom. Latour brings it up, sends it down, was looking for Landstrom, but was just a stride behind. Latour playing from her knees and finally regains her skate blades. 8:12 left, period 2, 0-0. RSG needs a win or a tie. Mickeltree in front, denied again by Shankman. Balin's 3 for 3 right there, but Mickeltree's created a lot of opportunities for herself and her team. Many of them point blank. Latour looking out to the bench. Actually, Riley was, and Latour came off. Face-off won by RSG as Julia Morano, who missed the first period, not feeling well, is able to step into it. Battled for in the neutral zone. Here comes Paulino. She sticks it forward, but can't get it all the way through. Just underneath us, Landstrom and Paulino battle for it. Paulino's going to gain that one. Oh, she takes a hit from behind. No call. Paulino got checked from behind, and she's getting up slowly. Mickeltree takes a shot, but Morano is able to knock it away. Paulino got checked from behind up high, but no call. It was right in front of the ref. Centered down, not going to be an icing, I don't think. Player holds up on it, and that's a mistake. You don't want to do that. Rizzo now going to battle. It's sent down. No icing there. I'm not sure why. It didn't look like Riz got a piece of it. Demarinis up to Rizzo. She's got Menichello, but Camerata will interrupt it. Riz didn't get quite the stick on there. And Steel Alliance was changing, and the defenseman got back into position. Hope wasn't really open for the breakaway as much as it looked like she was. Comes to the point, 37's there, sends it down. They try the redirection as we're now at 6:45 left in period 2, a 0-0 game. Julia Morano will break out from her defense perch, and she will chip it forward for herself. She's got Riz in the middle. She'll steer it back, had to slam on the brakes. Kept in at the point by Menichello and sent down and around. Demarinis sends it up for Camerata, tries to get through one, regains, wrist shot sent wide of the glove side. The glove side is the right side, and seems for both of these teams that among the 3 in the tournament. The RSG Selects are the only one that has a conventional catcher, so Balin Shankman catching with the left is usually the usual thing, but in this game, in this tournament, it's unusual. Kept in the offensive zone. Camerata hit the board so hard that I could feel it shake up here, and that was just to try to maintain the puck. Steel Alliance will bring it out, send it forward, gaining the line, 1-on-3. Curling around the circle, going around the net, losing it there. Camerata comes down to grab it. It comes to the near side boards, and they battle for it over there. 5:30 left now. We are more than halfway through the game. There's no overtime or shootout or anything in this game. If they play another one that's being brought to you at 3 o'clock, which we hope they are, there will be an overtime and then possibly a shootout if it's tied. Latour picks that one off, tries to send it toward the net, but no one there. And it's picked up by Steel Alliance. Comes to the far side boards and sent out. This is going to be an icing as long as it doesn't hit a puddle of water. The ice in this rink seems to be a little bit better today in rink 1 than it was on Saturday afternoon. And here comes the goaltending switch for the other team. So now you have the conventional catching goalie as number 33 jumps in there. So we'll see if that changes the luck a little bit. The righty catcher leaves, the lefty catcher's in. Latour on the dot, Kamakar in the slot, Landstrom on the left wing. Fox and Lee on the points. Lee is the one to get to that, and she steers it in, dumps Mickeltree over there. Mickeltree grabbing her skate blade a little bit, and she seems to be okay. Fox chips it off the boards. It comes to the point. 37's been busy over there. Sends it at the net. Shankman sees it and steers it aside. Gets down low and will just cover it. There's going to be a penalty over there, and it's going to be for interference. Let's see who it is on, if it's on gray or black. Nine black, minor interference. So Lauren Fox, is the look on her face is disbelief. The puck was there, and she's pressing the player that has the puck. So there's no, and Shankman covered the puck. So I'm a little curious of the interference call. Face-off won by Steel Alliance, redirected by Mickeltree in front, but she steered it wide. She got the stick on it in the slot. They move it up to the near side, point, wrist shot, goes wide, Shankman lets it go. Goes to the far side boards, Mickeltree's gonna pick it up, steer it back to the point. They'll walk it in, redirect it in front off the shot, Shankman covers it up. 4:10 left in the second, a power play here, their first full one for Steel Alliance, and they have 65 seconds left in that. They had 19 seconds of power play time earlier, negating 19 seconds of power play time the other way. Off the face-off, Mickeltree wins it, sends it back to the point. Claire slips, Kamakar, if she can pick it off, she's off to the races. Oh, recovered just in time. Sent in on the delayed offsides, but they send it out and clear the zone. This one sent in, and the player put herself offside. It's a good risk to take right there, because if she doesn't get it, it's an icing, because it was sent in from behind the line, and she needed to hop up to try to actually get possession of the puck, so she put herself offside. But that's a good chance to take. And they win the face-off, and they send it in deep anyway. 45 seconds left in the penalty, 3:50 in period 2 of a scoreless game from Klick Lewis Arena in Annville, Pennsylvania. That one came all the way through the bottom of the slot, centered. It goes to the top of the right circle. Wrist shot through traffic, gets through. Shankman there, loose in front, still loose. She covers it up, doing the splits. .333 now remaining in the second. 28 seconds in the power play for Steel Alliance. Rizzo on the dot, Camarada in the slot. Lee and Bruno now the defense pair. Camarada tries to jump out on the breakaway, but Mickeltree gets through, sends it just wide, 1-on-3 right in the slot. Mickeltree will get it. She centers it in front, backhand goes wide. Lee was given a problem there. She helped steer the shot wide. Bruno's going to pick this one up. It's in some feet behind the net. Bruno wins that, as she often does. Rizzo now forces Mickeltree to send the pass, and it comes out of the zone. Riz looking to pick one off. Oh, she can't do it. Menichello's there, and now Mickeltree will get it. Rizzo on her. Mickeltree sends it down low. She's looking to probably get off after the long shift right there, but she has to come back and get the puck. It's at the point. Slapper goes just wide. 2:45 in period 2. Camarada will break out. She sends it forward for Menichello. She's got Rizzo. Here's Riz. Backhander over toward Hope, but it didn't get quite through. She tried to sauce it, but 37 lifted the stick in the air and made a really nice play. Here comes Mickeltree. She's going to break out 2-on-1 against Morano. Morano will play the shooter. There's the pass, and it's offline. Good defense there, Julia Morano. Boy, for a kid who wasn't feeling well, she sure has picked it up after missing the first period. Mickeltree now trying. We're seeing a lot more of the one-woman show here, but she can't do everything, and she jumps off after the pass. That one gets through traffic, but Balin did see it enough, and it's steered wide. Camarada tries to get it out, and she's going to jump off for a change, even with her team not having possession. So that's good, responsible hockey there by Izzy Camarada. Tired, needing to get off, and finding the spot to do it, even when her team didn't have the puck outside of the zone. Hope steers it out of the zone and forces Steel Alliance to reset. They'll retreat a little bit. Riz is going to jump off as the puck is dumped in. Bug is going to hustle back there just in case it's not icing, but it is. So that's a good little rope-a-dope there as Steel Alliance was flying. And Mickeltree's really gotten going here, but they've kept everybody off the board. Both teams have. 1:27 left in period 2. Let's see if Jacobus can work some magic. She wins the face-off toward Latour. It comes between the point. Aaron can't handle it, and she retreats back, safely banks it off the near side boards, just out of view. But trust me, it was safe. Aaron will get it again. Backhanded forward for Lily Latour. 76 grabs it, chips it forward for herself. Let's see if she can get there first. She can't. It's sent back up the near side boards and up toward the middle. Brianna DeMarinis will have to hustle back. She does have help from Bruno. Uses the angle there, gets a little bit of a hook, gets tripped up, and let's see, no call. DeMarinis got tripped up right there. Loose in front, Shankman covers it up. Spinning around there, DeMarinis caught a stick in the skates, fell down as she's trying to get to the puck, but they don't give the penalty. And we have 51.2 seconds left in period 2. As we move along here, if RSG can snag a goal, they'll be putting themselves in fantastic shape. It's not a fait accompli if they get one, but it really improves the chances. Wrist shot steered aside by Shankman with the stick. Back of the end line now, they'll move it around. Nobody open in the slot, and the pass doesn't even get through. Kamarkar chipped it forward for Latour. They're 2-on-2 if they hustle. Latour breaks over the right wing, tries to get a shot through, but it hits a shin pad. There's been a lot of that. The Steel Alliance have played pretty well defensively here. It's been a very even game. Very well played by both teams. A lot of hustle and a lot of want out there. 17 seconds left in the period, now 15. Fox will pick that one up, steer it off the far side boards. At this point, Kamarkar just needs to get it out of the zone, and she does that. Latour with 5 seconds. They got to scream at her to shoot. She gets it into the zone. That's going to expire the period. There's a little pushing and shoving over there. Ref warning Latour right there. She was getting tied up with the stick. The girl lifted up her stick, and she was turning and putting it into her. No penalty over there, but we'll give you, again, a little bit better look over here. There's Coach Jeremy. We don't often get this look, but we are glad to do it. You can see Coach Paul Landstrom just clapping now. Tootie is there, just coming off a little procedure to help her get ready for next season, the full season, but has the helmet on and cheering on her teammates. Coach Jen Rose, Coach Jeremy Jacobus now just stepping over the bench, and of course Coach Henry Lee handling the door at the defensive boards. A lot of smiles. Hard to see maybe through here, but a lot of smiles out there, and the girls are excited. They'll be even more excited if they can forge ahead here. They'll switch sides again as they disperse from the bench area. There's Balin Shankman. She will defend the goal to our right. And there's your opposing goalie. The other team has split the work between two goalies, one who catches right and one who catches left. Latour on the dot, Menichello on the left, Camerata on the right. Liftoff, period 3, 0-0. RSG advances to the championship game with a win or a tie. Steel Alliance needs to win the game, and they need to win it in regulation because there is no overtime. So if we do get to a situation late in the game, that one's sent down, it's going to be icing unless it goes on net. It goes on net, and because Latour was hustling, the goalie had to cover it. She tried to get rid of it at the last moment, but covered it for too long. So that's a great job by Camerata, flipping it down, getting it on net. And an equally good job by Latour, hustling down to force the play and force the cover. Offensive zone draw, Latour wins it to the point. Bruno's going to step in, try to take it a little bit down low. Her centering feed was rebuffed. Camerata covers the point, flips it down, pop up. No infield fly called, so the runners are just forced to advance. Baseball joke. Battled for in the far corner. It comes out, 91 is going to pick this up for a moment. Waited a little bit too long, had her shot blocked. Whistled from the right point by Camerata, but a little bit too high. It was more than a headhunter, it was over the head. Camerata comes now to the near side point. DeMarinis sends it down low. She's got Menichello, one-timer by Latour, and it's a right pad save. DeMarinis gets through one, sends it down low. Menichello got the stick on it, but couldn't turn it in. Loose in front, Menichello gets the stick on it, shoots it. They blow the whistle, the puck clearly came out. I don't know what was going on there. It was just a regular save with the stick, and I don't know, somehow he lost sight of it. It's a tough break there for RSG. They're buzzing to start this period. Offensive zone draw. It's going to be Landstrom on the dot, Kamerkar in the slot, Rizzo on the near side boards. Left point, Lee. Between the points, it's Fox. Lee steps in to get it. It comes to Kamerkar, top of the slot. Wrist shot goes just wide. Rizzo was in front, but couldn't get a deflection there. Came a little bit too high and wide. Lee sends it for Riz, but somebody kicked it. It comes back out, jumped out. This is going to be a breakaway. Shankman's going to come out all the way to the circle. Wrist shot, pad save, and covered. Oh, Balin. And she has a big O up on the scoreboard right there. Even if her team doesn't score, the 0 would be good enough. If she doesn't let one up, her team is going to play against Hockey Corps Selects this afternoon. Sent at the net, kicked away by Fox's left skate, chipped forward. Mickeltree gets it, wrist shot, redirected in front, what a save by Shankman! That one was ticketed, it looked like for the far post, but Balin held her ground and played the deflection, knocked it down with the crest of her jersey and left no rebound. Riley Rose will take the defensive zone draw, ties up the player, but Mickeltree jumps in, skates it around the net, looking to center, does center it, backhand, right pad save by Shankman, she covers it up. 10:41 left in the game. There is no overtime. A tie will be good enough to get RSG into the championship game. A win would be better. Steel Alliance needs to win the game. If they do, they eliminate RSG Selects, and they will play Hockey Corps Selects this afternoon. Morano sends it forward. Comes to the near side boards. Paulino has a chance to break out. She's going to break out with DeMarinis. Bree and Bree. Paulino sends it deep as she was steered off. Holt covers the point on the far side. Skated out now with some momentum. Bug interrupts it for a moment, but it's a 3-on-1. Morano's back. Wrist shot goes over the net. A blown opportunity right there. That puck came out of the zone, but the referee here didn't see it as well as I did. I had a perfect look at it, and it's still onside. Morano is down on her behind and her back, and she manages to tie up her player for long enough. Demarinis is chasing it up the wing on the right side. Brianna with an E, still hustling, looking to maybe pick off the D to D pass. Eventually it's sent back all the way through. Holt gets it, gains the line, waits for the onside, and sends it in. Change completed behind them, and one of those who was on the change is Jacobus, gets in through one, gets in through the circle, beats the ref, tries the sharp angle shot, but it gets knocked down. Camarata picks it off, sends it toward the net, but there's a lot of defense home. Under 9:25 now in a scoreless game. Centering feed knocked away by Jacobus. Morano there, sends it up the near side boards. Menichello chips it out perfectly and deftly. Whiffed on! Menichello's gonna get him behind the D! She takes a hack! No call! Wrist shot goes just wide! Oh, how's there not a slash right there? She just slashed her as she got right past. But they're just letting them play. Maybe it's old-time hockey. Fox to Bruno. Camarata will gain the line. Menichello, top of the slot. Wrist shot was redirected by the defensive player's stick, and the goalie holds her ground and makes the save. Somebody lost the mouthpiece. And we'll pick that up. 8:44 left as the plot thickens from Klick Lewis Arena in Annville, Pennsylvania. Latour on the dot. Kamerkar in the slot. Mickeltree was trying to break out. Kamerkar shadowed her. This is going to be sent down. No icing on this one. Why? I have no idea. Fox chips it off the boards. Rizzo's over there. Rizzo tries to chip it forward, but couldn't quite gain it. Shot almost redirected, but Shankman grabs it and leaves no rebound. Latour will take the defensive zone draw. Fox and Bruno behind her. She wins it to the near side boards. Wrist shot off the referee's skate. Kamerkar sends it back into the corner. It's sent back around now. Mickeltree's going to get it. Gets bumped off by Bruno, but steers around her. There's a battle in front. Mickeltree stops. Latour blocks her pass. Kamerkar's over there, playing it into the corner. Latour now moves it up, but Mickeltree keeps it in. Mickeltree in the physical battle with Latour. Latour holding her ground. The stick comes up a little bit, but none the worse for wear by anybody. It comes to the near side, chipped forward. Rizzo will get there as well, but can't win the 50-50. Now chipped forward again, kept in. So a long offensive shift, 7:50, 7:40 now left. Battled for by Bruno. Mickeltree tries to center it. It's knocked down, still loose. A lot of players touching the puck here for both teams. Bruno's going to pick this one up. Steer it off the boards for Kamerkar. She's got Riz with her. 2-on-1. She's got to send it forward. Up the boards. There's a shift taking place behind. Latour gets it. Centers it. Was looking for Kamerkar. Had Riz lower. Kept in by Demarinis. Sent down. Is going to be an icing. So with 7:06 left in a scoreless game. A full change looks like it'll be about here. RSG selects. A tie will do it. So will a win. Steel Alliance needs a win to advance to the championship game. Shoveled toward the net by Riley Rose. Couldn't quite get it all the way through. Comes to the point. Brianna Demarinis will grab it, send it back to Rachel Lee. Rachel can't get it. It's stolen away. Wrist shot, save. Shankman rebound covered up. Oh, there's a hit behind the play. What are they doing there? And it looks like Rachel Lee is going to take an exit over there. There's a hit behind the play. And we will see what the referee is going to call here. So Rachel Lee with the 5-minute major for boarding and a game misconduct. That is going to put RSG Selects shorthanded. It's a major, so it's a 4-minute major, I guess, unless it's a double minor. but he said, I heard what he said. He said a 5-minute major. So if it's a major penalty, the difference between that and a double minor is in a minor penalty, if there's a goal, that expires the remainder of the penalty. So if it's a double minor, then if a goal is not scored during the first half of the double minor, we'll see if we could discuss why it was a major. So it looks like it's going to be a major because the minor penalties are a minute and a half. The major, it would make sense because of the 13-minute periods that the major would not be 5 and it would be 4. So I think we're going to go on that. The issue is when it's a major penalty, goals can be scored by the team with the power play and you still don't get to take your player out of the box. So there's 6:48 left, and RSG Selects, barring a penalty on Steel Alliance, will be playing shorthanded until 2:48 in a scoreless game. So where Balin Shankman has been busy and a star, she's going to have to come up big here. Even more interesting, number 93, Reagan Mickeltree, is quite a player, and she's been held in check so far. Face-off, won by Steel Alliance and sent at the net. This is Mickeltree. She picks it up. She's going to skate it to the point and head toward the net. Going back to a wrist shot score. It went through a lot of traffic, and Steel Alliance has broken out with 6:36 left in the game to a 1-0 lead, and now RSG is going to remain shorthanded for 3:48 and have to figure out how to get back on the board if they want to advance. So it's a major penalty. We have clarified that, so they will remain shorthanded. Jacobus on the draw. Wins it back to Demarinis, up for Kamerkar. So the speedy forwards up there, a little confusion. Sent at the net, Shankman stops that one. She just couldn't see the last one and it found its way through. Comes to the point, wrist shot redirected by Mickeltree and it just trickles wide! Kamerkar shielded off, no interference right there. She had a clear shot to the puck, wrist shot, Shankman with the shoulder save to keep it out. Mickeltree skates through the top of both circles, gets down low, backhand shot knocked away. It's still loose in front, in the slot, whacked that and a right pad save. Mickeltree picks it up again. She'll skate it into the top of the slot, finds some traffic, gets through one, whistles a wrist shot wide. Another shot, that one scores! And it's all coming apart here for RSG. A high wrist shot from outside the left circle, a lot of traffic in front, and with 5:42 left, the hill has now become a mountain. They're still shorthanded with 2:53 left in the major penalty. But they've played with grit through this entire tournament, and let's see if they can muster something up. If they keep hustling and keep attacking, maybe they could force a penalty on Steel Alliance. But RSG just hasn't been the benefactor of many power plays here, really any, in the last 2 games that I've been here. Steel Alliance will take it around the net. They have 2 goals on the major power play penalty here. Camarada trying to keep the player with the puck in check. She steers her off on the boards, but it comes to the point. Camarada attacking again. That one sent wide, it goes behind the net. 5 minutes now left. It's 2-0 Steel Alliance. They've scored twice on a power play on a major penalty. They need to win to advance, and they've put themselves in position to do that. RSG, if they can hold them here and find a way to get a couple of goals back and tie the game, they will advance. It was a 0-0 game until a very short time ago. Landstrom on the dot, Kamarkar in the slot, Demarinis and Morano, the defenders. That one sent slowly at Shankman. She didn't see it until late. Morano chips it off the boards. Maybe she has some fresh legs. She's going to break out with Kamarkar. Chipped forward. Here comes Kirsty. Down the slot. Can't get the shot off. They'll have to blitz here a little bit, even shorthanded. Morano hustles to keep it in. Rather, that's Demarinis. Sent toward the middle. Morano picks it off. She's going to turn and bring it in. Chipped forward. Kamarkar will have to hustle back. They have to empty the tank. There's 1:30 left in the penalty. It's a major penalty, and they've scored twice on it. A la the Kings against the Devils in Game 6 of the 2012 Stanley Cup Finals. That's the story of the game so far. 4:05 left, period 3. 1:17 left in shorthanded time for RSG Selects. Menichello and Rizzo up front. They are aggressive penalty killers. They both have potted shorthanded goals, even in the later part of the winter season. Let's see if they could do it here. Coming in down low, wrist shot goes never really at the net, and Shankman will cover it up. Now, 1 minute left in the penalty. Rachel Lee's been ushered to the locker room because of her her major penalty, and that came with a game misconduct. Comes out to the near side point. Mickeltree playing with it. She'll be happy even to rag the time at this point with a 2-0 lead. Somebody got dumped in front. There's bodies down in front. Shankman gets a pad on it, gets another pad on it, and covers it up. There's pushing after the whistle. Let's see. RSG would look to take any kind of penalty on Steel Alliance here. That would negate the last 42 seconds of the power play and allow them to play 4-on-4. 3:30 left in the game, regardless of what happens. Ref giving a talk to the girls. Menichello and Rizzo, the forwards. Bruno and Fox on D. They've paired a potent shorthanded duo. Hope lost sight of the puck. It goes between the points. One-timer was going wide, but Shankman steered it further aside. Popped up, Menichello gets the stick lifted. Rizzo there, can't get it through. She was looking to bank it off the boards and try to get the breakaway. They have to be aggressive here. A tie will do it if they could get back into a tie. But a loss will be the only thing that can eliminate them, and they need to find 2 goals somehow. Down to 10 seconds left in the penalty to get them to full and even strength, and then we'll keep an eye on Shankman to see if they pull her. It's loose in front, knocked forward, sent toward the net, pushing and shoving, near corner, back door was nearly knocked in but missed. Bruno gets it. She'll try to send it forward. RSG back to even strength here. We'll watch Shankman to see if she stays in the net. Rizzo's going to get this. She needs to get it out of there. It takes a funny hop off a stanchion on the boards. She was trying to spring Menichello. Can't get it out. 2:24. They have to get it out of the zone. They'll even take the icing. Hope trying to pick this one off. They have to be aggressive, but this crew needs a shift change, even though they're 5-on-5 now. Bruno sends it forward. Menichello's there. She's trying to gain the zone, can't do it. Shankman still forced to stay in the net. There's at least 1 or 2 changes taking place. Rizzo now comes to the bench to make it 3. Kamarkar up there. Can she get behind the D? Even if they hustle, maybe they could force a penalty. 1:51. Shankman is now on the bench. It's 6-on-5. Camerata in the slot. Sends it forward loose there. Kamarkar couldn't get another stick on it. It comes to the point. Demarinis tries to steer it through traffic. Hits the skate. Paulino sends it at the net. Can't get it all the way through. Chipped out. Morano has it. She's going to take her time, send it in. They clear the zone and hustle back in. 6-on-5 for RSG Selects. They must get 2. One won't do it. They need two. Let's see if they could start by getting one. Latour tries to send it toward the slot. Loose at the top of the left circle. Mad scrambles all over the place. Some players on their knees, getting up and down. Still loose. Kamakar 1-on-2. Morano chips it in from the point. Now chipped out. That went off a player in there, so it'll be an offensive zone draw. It was shot out and hit one of the gloves of the players on the bench there and then redirected and went down the ice. So it would have either been an icing or an offensive zone draw either way, but at least the whistle blows immediately. 62 seconds to figure it out. 6 players on the ice in black. Kamakar on the dot, Latour in the slot, Rizzo on the left wing boards, Morano, Demarinis, and Camarada left to right on the back line. Face off, tied up. Camarada, wrist shot, hits 52's shin pad. Camarada steers her player off the puck. Sent toward the net, redirected, nobody on the back door. Rizzo hustling, knocks it from going all the way out of the zone. Morano there. Rizzo sends it down low for Latour, just can't keep it on the stick. Sent up the boards. This is going to come all the way down. Will it be an icing? Morano deftly attacks the puck in a certain way to let it go over the end line, and another offensive zone draw. All is not lost, but it's not looking good. 35.6 seconds left. RSG has to get 2. They're trailing 2-0, and a tie will advance them. 6 out there in black. Mickeltree gets it, steers it out, takes a stick up high. She's going to try to turn the corner. She holds the stick! Mickeltree held the stick! Are they going to call it? That shouldn't be a goal. 93 was holding the stick. 93 was holding the defender's player's stick. That should not be a goal. That should be a penalty on 93. She was holding the defender's stick. That should not be a goal. But let's see what they call it. It should be a penalty on 93 in gray, albeit 20 seconds left. 93 grabbed the stick of 93 in black, and then she put the puck in the net. So that's another missed call by the refs right there. 93 in gray clearly grabbed the stick of Camarada, who was about to lift the player's stick before sending it in, and they put the 3 up on the board and they add 3 seconds to the clock. That's basically going to do it. Shankman goes back into the net. The last 6:48 of the tournament have told the story for RSG. They'll try to get one on the board and they come in offside. So even the last-ditch hope, Camarada was hustling. She really did draw the penalty right there because you're allowed to use your guide hand to shift a player's stick off. You're not allowed to grab it, and she simply grabbed hold of Camarada's stick and didn't allow her to lift it. So that'll do it. We'll get you a little better perch here. Shankman was unbelievable, and sometimes it's just in the hands. Your fate is a little bit in the hands of the refs, and in a 0-0 game, you're not. A 0 would have been okay if, from scoring purposes, if they didn't allow any. But a major penalty with 6:48 left really told the story, and they scored twice on it, and then the empty netter, which even was very questionable. Shouldn't. I mean, there were 23 seconds left in the game, but it could have been 6-on-4, and you never know what's going to happen. So RSG played heady hockey. They end up with a win, 2 losses, and a tie. They'll head home rather than playing in the championship game from the Hershey Girls Showcase Tournament. Tootie and Barbara waving hello. Jen Rose, Coach Paul talking to the refs about, listen, it's not the NHL, so sometimes the calls don't go your way, and it just really didn't go their way for the 2 games that I at least got here. I would like to take a moment to especially thank Debbie Rizzo for all the work she did this weekend she brought you her version of the play-by-play. It included some architectural questions that she answered on the fly, and also gave you some information about what was going on with the games. And she did a great job streaming the games on Friday and Saturday. We'll get the better copies of those games up at some point over the rest of the weekend here. And if the stream was a little choppy, we'll also get the better copy up of this game for you. It was an impressive game up until those last few moments, and it just didn't go the way of the RSG selects. Everybody loves a Zamboni, so we'll send you away with a view of that. The final, 3-0 Steel Alliance over RSG Selects. There'll be some other RSG Selects games coming up over the spring and summer, perhaps, before we jump back into New Jersey Rockets hockey in late August. I think there's a tournament then. We hope you're enjoying your spring or summer, and we hope to bring you more action when we can. So, that will do it from Klick Lewis Arena in Annville, Pennsylvania. RSG Selects will not advance to the finals, and they'll head home a little bit disappointed with the way it finished up, but that's hockey. If you like what you've seen, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we go live or upload content, which I believe we will probably have a little chat with Coach Jeremy afterward to talk about what we saw here, then hit the subscribe and alerts button and you will be aware of when we upload that content or go live. And we appreciate all of you over the past couple of years who have joined in the fun and have watched along with us on the journey for our girls, whether they're our daughters, our nieces, our friends, our cousins, or whatever. We appreciate you tuning in. From Klick Lewis Arena for the final time this weekend, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching RSG Selects Girls Hockey.